sound barrier.
No sound barrier.
Mm-hmm. Usually this plugs in. I don't know. It's my life today. It's my life today.
Word on the street. Word on the street. Talk politics. Current events. Relationships. Movies and flicks. Word on the street. Word on the street. Word on the street is we be staying on topic with sports news and the movies. Anything that just happened. Special guest with that Drake Swift, Savage Kitty and Alex, aka the Sports Mouth. Tori tell them what's happening. Chop it up with you Saturdays. No better way to start your day. Kick it with y'all on Mondays in case y'all really got something to say. If not, we'll catch you on Wednesday. Put the spotlight up to your face. Yeah, you know how we get down. Tell them tune in or get out the way.
What up, though? It is Saturday.
What up, though? Hey, y'all.
Hello.
I don't know what day it is. Do you know what day it is?
I have no fucking clue.
It's the 12th of the month. Wake up, wake
No,
up.
it's not the 12th. Is it the 12th?
It really
Shit,
is.
the 12th already? How's the shit get away that quick?
I don't know, but I'm gonna need the time to quit flying because it's like we just
Like
got
I
March.
said,
We just got in March. Now we're about to end
I don't
March.
even know what today is. I didn't even put them on. I can't find them.
So,
Swear I'm up with it. I lost a bunch of stuff.
yours truly, Drake Swift, Tori Savage Kitty, Shelly. It is Saturday, I guess, March 12th. So, I don't know. I guess I'm tired. I want to send a shout out to Little Viper. It is his birthday. I believe he turned 42. So, happy birthday, Jamie.
Happy birthday.
Pop up on my news feed. So, Shell, how was your Friday night?
Oh, you know, it was going pretty good. I was being real productive. You know, my daughter's getting married, and we're trying to finalize some things, and knock as much as we can off the list. Spending money on the thing, and then I guess
someone told me you're single now. Is that correct? Is that an accurate?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so somebody broke up. Somebody broke up. You're single, and then
it happens. It happens.
And then you had an event that woke you up last night, and how was that?
It was shitty, yo. Like, how you wake up somebody out? I mean, butt ass naked under the blankets.
You said butt ass naked.
Sleeping sound, like just sound asleep, and then all of a sudden, chaos erupts out of nowhere. And I'm like, really? This is what we're doing at 2:30 in the morning?
That's what we're doing.
No, we don't do that. We wait till business hours to do that.
Business hours. Can you not disrupt my sleep during business hours, please? What's wrong with you?
Okay. It's like,
I think when you break up with somebody and they might, they're playing it through their mind and stuff like that. I think it's not over, right? It's not concluded in their head. So maybe that person wanted to talk about it, but maybe not, like you said, not at 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, there's other ways of handling that. Like, seriously.
You said there's other ways of handling. So Tori, I said, if someone would woke me up, I'd be like, the same thing. Is there a way you can email me the rest of this story? I don't know. Like I said,
Send a calendar invite. You like?
I get a calendar invite to Teams.
When you are interrupting somebody's sleep, you know what I mean? It's kind of like fucks the whole thing up. So,
it really does. It puts it. So then there's no logic thinking about that because for one, you're not all the way up. Then you're already on the defense because you were disrupted and in a manner that's not appropriate. And so, like, how do you have a civil, logical conversation?
I don't. Mm-mm.
What could have been worse?
All kinds of mouth.
He could have came in the room and just poured water on you, right?
Oh,
Oh, that would. You know what? I probably would have woke up everybody in my house. They'd been like, "What the hell is wrong?"
So
no, I used to do that shit back in the day. Like in my 20s, we were all reckless and we were like, oh, you're not going to go to sleep. You're going to listen to my feelings. Nowadays, we're grown. I need my sleep. I need you to do this reasonably. Don't come at me in the middle of the night because my mouth is like a whole ass trap house at that point. I'm saying all kinds of fuck shit, right? I'm saying it is Mike night at the trap house at that point. So,
yeah.
well, he could have, like I said, it could have been worse. He could have put water on it. He could have just got butt naked and put the meat right on the forehead. It could have been a lot of different things.
oh,
I would have appreciated that. You know what I mean? It's okay, but you don't come in and just be disruptive and like demand time. I'm like, it's like a nice thing. You're gonna have some meat on your forehead, and you'd be like, oh, okay,
oh, this is what we're doing.
I got a nice salami on my head. It's kind of cool,
Right. One last go round. Yeah.
He was like last
Hey,
ugly
you're
cry
right.
like that.
No, I know. He needs braces. Get some Visalines.
He wasn't like that.
No.
So
Crazy.
I recently watched, and I didn't know it was on Netflix because I didn't pay attention. Of course, I watched Straight Outta Compton. I recently watched the Michelle A story, and I was shocked. Like, I was really shocked how much tragedy this woman went through. That was my era, right? So I was a big NWA fan, Ice Cube fan, all those people. And I remember Dre having a baby with Michelle A, dating Michelle A. And you didn't hear about it because social media wasn't that relevant back then because it wasn't, right? So you didn't hear about him beating. You heard about it weeks later in the paper. Oh, Dre had a episode or whatever, and some of that stuff wasn't reported because there was no TMZ. You know what I mean? There was none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I really have a different opinion about him. I think he's kind of a piece of shit. He was an alcoholic, abusive woman beater. You know what I mean? Like I know that Shelly, you said you watched it and you said he denies the whole thing. I got to be honest with you. I mean, you've heard so many things, choking up T-Boz back in the day. You know what I mean? Like he really, really abused women, and he abused Michelle A. She was literally in prison, and everybody treated her like shit. There was a girl that said, they only keep you around because you're a good cook. You know what I mean? And you clean his house. Man, I was blown away. What'd you guys? I know you watched it too, Tori. What'd you think of it? Do you have a different opinion about Dr. Dre?
Oh, I have a completely different opinion about him. I mean, I already knew bits and pieces, right? I knew that he had a temper. I knew that he was an alcoholic. I knew that he was kind of a dick. And then I knew from his current, newly divorced wife, Nicole, just reading her reports and things when the divorce came about him being abusive and a womanizer and the cheating. But I didn't know to that extent. And like you said, social media wasn't a thing then. So unless somebody was talking about it or it made it to the news and it got leaked, we didn't know. But man, she went through it. Michelle A went through it. And, and part of me, I was kind of upset during the movie because she didn't stand up for herself. And I would have busted that motherfucker in the head with a lamp Okay, I would have hit him with anything near me. I mean, I know that people that get battered and they're scared, but I'm upset that she didn't fight back. That kind of upset me. The whole thing about him, though, he's a piece of shit, and I was kind of upset that people weren't really trying to help her as much as I thought they should have. I don't know. The whole thing was disturbing and
Yeah,
toxic.
you would think. I mean, anybody who was around that knew that it was totally not appropriate behavior, and how she was being mistreated would have been like, yo, lay off of her. But they were like, everybody was staying in their lane based off the way the movie portrayed, like, you know. But
he was smacking her up in front of everybody, punched her in the stomach in front of a whole crowd of people. Like, what?
Yeah, it was insane. But
the Michelet story, surviving Dr. Dre.
Yeah, surviving Compton, Dr. Dre, and Suge Knight.
Yeah, it's
you definitely want to see it. She definitely tells her side. But let me tell you, when her songs came on, ooh, I was hitting them word for word. Okay. I'm like, hey, girl.
Right.
I was just really surprised that, you were saying that she wasn't standing up for herself. I think she was just like, this is what my part of life. You know what I mean?
I mean, she did say that that's how she grew up, and that's how her mother and grandmother taught her, and women in her life basically said, if a man hits you, then you need to fix whatever you're doing. That old school mentality.
Yeah, and it's your fault. You need to fix it. But in actuality, it was the other person who needed to get some fixing. Yeah, it's like a generational curse that that funnels down, and so you don't know anything else. This is how it goes. This is how I'm supposed to be treated, even though I know it's wrong. It's just this is part of life. And then at the same time, she wanted to live a certain lifestyle, which I mean, I don't fault her for that, but at the same time, it came with a price. Costs really.
Yeah, I think the fact that her career, she felt depended on that, and she had no choice but to take that to get where she wanted to, artistically and musically, to be heard. I think that obviously played a role. And then I was like, oh, I started to see Suge Knight in a different light for about 10 minutes.
Right? I was like, oh, he's not a real dick.
He's not that bad. He really does have a soft spot. Oh, I was wrong. She got knocked out.
When they were in jail, and she goes, I can't do these and can't do these hours or whatever. And he's like, let me just remind you, he's paying you $30,000 a month. Okay.
Right. He's like, who's important to you? Oh, okay. I'll see you next weekend.
I would have took 3 months of visitations and flipped that money and been like, I ain't coming back.
When Suge went to prison for violating and all that, that's how she got free? At the end there? Is that how you took it? Like when he went back for the second time?
The second
time.
Yeah. When he was the second time where he was in there for a couple of years or whatever. So gave her full control of Death Row. That's when he was paying her $30,000.
Well, he came back.
Right.
And then he went back for violating. Remember the FBI came and all that?
Yeah.
The scandal
that's how she got free, right?
She had no clue about all the fraud.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was.
That was crazy. I was like, oh. She was literally in the dark about, it's like almost
sign these papers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sign the papers, you get 30 grand. Us, we'd be like, so what comes with the 30 grand? What I need to read it. And, but she wasn't inquiring. She just was following suit, trying to make things smooth, not trying to cause any rift within anything, but it cost her.
Yeah. Cause the marriage was fake. Right.
Yeah.
So, how about Dre coming days before his marriage to Nicole?
Nasty.
And you know what? I'd like to see if her and Nicole are friends now that she ain't married to Dr. Dre. Because
having lunch.
the women be linking up after that. I wonder.
Hmm.
I would like to be a fly on Nicole's wall. I want to know if she's going to tell her story because she was married to him the longest, right? 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
so,
then you gotta think what kind of things he did to her because you don't really hear her coming out and saying nothing either.
right.
She kept quiet for a very long time. And if he was that bad, those things didn't go away when he married her. I mean, look at it. Days before the wedding, he was
getting
trying
ready.
to fix her life so bad.
She's probably going to release something about, she's probably going to make a book living with fucking hell because I'm pretty sure when he married her, his drinking didn't stop because it didn't.
So ready for that tea. No, that was one of her biggest complaints is that he was a full-blown alcoholic.
His drinking didn't stop. His cheating didn't stop. I mean,
Well, look at him. Did he have a stroke recently or something? Heart attack?
I think so, yeah. I think I was telling Shelly off air. I was like, man, he had 5 kids by 1987. Like that.
Before he was 21, he got 6 kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
He was just.
He's a piece of shit. I mean, his music, lyrically, he's a genius musically, artistically, but everything else, you're a whole piece of shit, Dre.
Mm-hmm.
Fight me.
I'm
No,
sorry.
don't fight me. Never mind. Kidding. I'm kidding.
Just have some hot grits and some hot oil ready to
some hot grits and some hot sugar water. Fight me, bitch, fight me.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but, the whole part where he moved in a girl while she was on tour, I was like, damn, that takes a lot of balls.
That's some bold stuff. You know what? I don't even know how I would react. I've probably been like T-Boz and burned that. Man.
That is exactly what I said 2 days ago. I said, motherfucker, I'll burn that shit down like Left Eye. Watch this whole motherfucker burn to the ground. You want to fuck with me? We all dying. We're ready.
Your little mansion that you're so proud of is about to be burnt. Thank God for insurance policy.
You're that friend in the back seat listening to the two in the front house. Kill us all right now. What?
So
let me out.
I know you said you recently go through a breakup, and I know we talked about this, all of us, an exit interview. Do you think how important is an exit interview? Because you have it during the job, right?
Right.
Why why are you leaving us? Would you have an exit interview for a breakup or a divorce? You think that's important?
Yes, I think it's important because then you know what? Now you have something to go back to reflect and see, how to make some changes.
And so do you say?
I think it's brilliant. I think that reference is brilliant.
I got a questionnaire that I need you to answer. Can you email that to me?
Right. You don't have to do it out now, but just, over the next 24 to 48 hours, if you could just fill this out while things are still fresh and email it back to me and I'll email you mine. And, this will be something that's good for both of us to move on to the other endeavors. I don't know how well it'll go, but I think it's brilliant.
Well, I mean, we do surveys for everything else, right? Why not have an exit survey to help build, better relationships when you go forward? Because sometimes, after the dust has settled, then you can sit back and reflect and process and like, you know what? I do see that point of view. Didn't see it in the beginning, but I can see it come, now, and then that makes you a better person. Because I always say, if you become a better person, you become a better person for your community. That can be anybody who you're attached to. So,
absolutely,
we are constantly learning.
Yeah, when you break up, it's not always. I mean, we're perfect, right? Let's just put that out there. But sometimes you did some things too, whatever. Yeah. But you got to admit. So maybe seeing it put that way instead of that person barking it at you and telling you how you fucked up, maybe just reading it might resonate a little bit more with you and help you in the future to be a better person, regardless of how perfect you are.
So So I saw that Connie put that. I don't even know who Tracy Braxton. I know it's Tony
Tony
Braxton.
Braxton's sister.
Died.
Oh, wow.
Tracy Braxton passed away today at age 60. I haven't seen the story. I don't have any of my electronics with me today, so I can't look anything
She
up.
mistyped it, but
Tony Braxton's sister. That's so sad.
Yes. Much prayers to
She's
their
just
family.
sick, right?
And that was a young age too. So
she was 50.
oh,
60?
she hit the adult
60 or
teenage
50?
years.
Only at Metro by T-Mobile, you can upgrade to...
Sorry.
Did you say how she passed?
I think an exit interview, to be honest with you, at a guy standpoint, I think he'd be pissed. But I think girls would want to know because they're like, hey, I want to know what I did wrong or what this, you know what I mean? So
I don't know. I don't really think guys are cooperating with that. I think I'm getting cussed the fuck out if I try to hand somebody that, but
really?
all condescending and rude. Because I'm coming with a whole attitude. Oh, by the way, I have this little questionnaire here. You might want to have your little new girlfriend fill it out too. I was saying some dumb shit. Yeah, I know you ain't shit and all, but here's this. I'm gonna get punched. I'm gonna try though.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna hand it to him and try though. It's gonna be
Conversation with Shelly and her boyfriend last night.
Oh God.
Ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, give me Hollycourt, 55377. Hello, it's Daddy. Hey, darling, put Mommy on the phone. Yeah, Barbara, it's Richie. Yeah, look, I ain't never coming home no more. Take it easy.
20-second conversation.
20.
20 seconds, right? He was like, I ain't
Oh no, I don't know how to, like, what do you do? What do you say after that? You're just like, okay.
I missed that part. How'd you get him to leave?
And then in 2:30 in the morning he was
I can't stand you.
I really can't stand you.
Oh, so funny. Oh shit. Oh, I was like, you pulled the damn trigger. What am I supposed to do?
Did you go back to sleep right after?
30 minutes after.
30
minutes after, because I was like trying to rub my feet.
Some cereal? What'd you do?
No, I laid back in the bed, rubbing my feet like a cricket, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get myself to go back. So I'm like, I got to get up at 7 o'clock. I got to relook at some stuff before we get the podcast going. And then I wake up at 7 and I'm in a shitty mood because I'm tired. I'm like, great.
Did you give the "don't come by my house for your things until I tell you" speech?
No. Honestly, it ended off really in a real civil situation. So, something to food for thought. Because at the end of the day, regardless of the whole situation, I want better for you. And I want better for myself. And you should want that mutually. But, and things are the way they are because of, chains of events. And, I'm not the real argumentative type anyways. I'm like, I said my piece and it is what it is. And just move forward. Wish you best.
I'm usually not. I'm usually the one that's like, okay, I'm done. Yeah, goodbye. But if they start to argue about it, I'm kind of both. Like, I want you to at least kind of fight for me and be like, but let's try to work things out, right? But if we're to the point of there's no working out and this is it and we're done and this is how many chances I've been telling you, and then you want to try to fight, then I get petty. Like, I get real petty. My mouth is sharp as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're irritating the fuck out of me now. We've tried.
So
and now you're disrupting me.
You tell them this?
Don't ever Ever! Ever!
Come by here again.
Fucking Smokey.
I remember one breakup, he wouldn't leave, and I was like, get your shit and get the fuck out of my house. And he's just like, I'm not leaving. And finally, he started to pack his things. And I was like, the garbage bags are under the sink. And he went to go get the garbage bag. And I'm so petty. I was like, you ain't using my good garbage bags. I made him use like the shitty ones at the bottom fall out.
It's like giving somebody the grocery bags.
What's the, is that a topic? What's the pettiest thing you did when we break up? We have that topic coming up, don't we?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think we do. So I won't give away those right now.
Right? I have some.
Yeah, that's one of our topics coming up. So stay tuned for that. What are the pettiest things you've done during a breakup, whether it's with a friend or, just a love interest? A break off, right? It could be for any relationship. So we're gonna save those juicy ones because I got some fucking petty ones. Fucking just a stank bitch during a breakup. Because baby, I'm all in it when we're together. But if I ain't shit, baby, I ain't shit during that breakup. I'm with all the shit.
So you give them the good garbage bags or the shitty ones?
You talking to Michelle?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna let them use your good, like the hefty, the expensive $12 a box bags, or are you telling them to use the little Dollar Tree bags?
No, he can use the good ones because then nothing will fall out.
Grocery bags, he get grocery bags. You have to use the good ones. See, you're so nice.
I don't know. I just don't, energy is there. I just don't want to be bothered with it. I just like,
just and bag it up for him and have it on
and then plus, at the same time, I have my grandchildren are here with me and stuff. So
yeah, I forgot about that.
It's different if I was by myself and I could, but.
Well, you didn't give a fuck coming to your house at morning, whatever damn time it was, with your grandbabies there in the first place. So
that's why I try to have the conversation without being real combative because my son is here too. So and he has a whole, and I'm trying to be Switzerland, you know what I mean? And trying to see, okay,
now
escalate this situation.
Taking sides though too.
Now they are. But back in the day, it was, the safety zone. But yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, I would pack it all up for him and put that shit outside so he can't even come back in.
Yeah.
That's it really, to be real honest, that's what I do with the whole dynamics of the house going on. Yeah, I would have been petty last night because I was tired, but today I'd be like, we're good. We're all done. There's no more needs to be said. That exit questionnaire is in your email inbox, and I wish you the best.
Yeah.
And you got good garbage bags now.
I can't stand it.
And you got good garbage bags now. You tie them right, you can reuse them. Because shit's expensive right now. Can we order those?
That would be so cool.
Oh man, we're gonna have to look after the show to see how fast we can get those here and just delay in picking his things up.
That'd be so funny. Or you know what? We have so much printing equipment. Maybe we can make our own and sell it. Your exit kit. An exit kit.
Exit kit. That's a taste. That's brilliant. Shout out to your ex-boyfriend if he's listening. Listen, we're still cool, but when you break up with her, you broke up with me too. So, I mean, I'll say hi and all. You can buy me a drink at the bar if you see me. But
she was telling me that when you break up with somebody, you break up with Lonnie. We cool still, so you can call me anytime.
His name is Lonnie. This motherfucker called him Lonnie. We're AKA Lonnie. That's his. Because we ain't gonna put him out there like that. But yeah, Lonnie, we cool. No, he broke up with Shell. He broke up with all of us. We're a team. There is no trade here. You're not ever friends with the person that did the breaking up. We're not Switzerland. We're a pack. We're wolf pack.
He just texted.
You're damn Texan.
We're wolf pack. We don't. That's not how we roll. You broke up with one of us. You broke up with all of us. Sorry about your fucking luck.
Oh wow. Getting a whole exit interview in his email right now.
Look at my spotlight.
Oh, man.
So,
Michelle, you need my spotlight?
Yeah, we'll jump into the show.
That damn spotlight.
So prayers out to anybody dealing with somebody that is an alcoholic and abusive fucker, and prayers out to Bonnie. So we'll move on to the show. Biden claims inflation is largely fault of Putin, not democratic spending. It's a topic everybody is talking about it. Everything is so expensive. Gas is $5 at the pump. Whose fault is this?
Well, honestly, the government controls a lot of the stuff. And at the end of the day, money can be printed. We can work on things that can, instead of putting money towards things we don't need to put money towards and promoting other things, we can put it within our own and be able to allow people not to have such hardships. But that's the thing is that, it's all politics. It's all politics, and they play the game. But at the end of the day, the working poor and other folks are really affected by it because, we'll sacrifice them and we'll make sure, the 2% that are wealthy will stay on top.
Well, the Democrats spent $1.9 trillion last year. Is that the problem? Is that the problem? Here's the article.
Biden claims inflation is largely the fault of Putin, not democratic spending. Biden addressed the House Democrats at their member retreat in Philadelphia, where he touched on the rising inflation across the U.S., laying the blame of inflation at Putin's feet amid his war in Ukraine as well as the COVID-19 pandemic. Philadelphia, President Biden on Friday said skyrocketing inflation is largely the fault of Russian President Vladimir Putin, despite the fact that inflation began rising well before Putin's.
There it is. So it was well before this whole conflict.
Right.
I just don't understand why I know the president doesn't control gas prices. I get
it. But that goes back to what I was saying before, is that money that we all received came with a cost. And everybody's like, well, it's free. There's nothing free in this
free
whole
money,
entire
not free
world
money.
that we're going to receive. And so how do they regroup? Higher taxes, inflation, because it has to pay for itself. We're so in debt, but regards to the fact, it has to get replenished some kind of way. So now we have this, paying $12 for cooking oil when that same bottle was $5. So it's crazy. That's why I kept on telling people, it's free. I got a bank on it right now. I'm like, no, dude. It's cool they don't want to give us no more money because we're going to have to pay for it eventually. And we are now, what we used to be able to put $20 in our tank and get a half a tank of gas, we barely getting above the E to even put it in our tank. You know what I mean?
So do we go out as consumers? Do we go out as consumers and go buy electric cars?
Yeah, but then your electric bill is going to go up, right? Like, there's no win-win. Like, are you getting a discount for having an electric car that's going to discount and prorate your electric bill?
Right. I'm just driving a golf cart everywhere at this point.
I think you get a $10,000 write-off on your taxes. So
yeah, but still, like, that $10,000 write-off is going to end up affecting something else in another different area. Because they always have to take from a different budget, you know what I mean? So where are they going to take from, and how is it going to affect?
Yeah,
Right.
robbing
whole
people.
United States, you know what I mean?
Right.
So there's always a cost for something. It's
Right.
like nothing's
Well,
free.
just like I feel, we were watching Abraham Lincoln, and you see his insight, his heart. I think Tori says, when did politics or when did politicians change? I said about 100 years ago. I think, you know what I mean. I think
Yeah,
they.
he was such a good person. I'm like, what? When did shit go south and everybody became corrupt as fuck? Because
I
he
think they.
really actually cared.
I think they had people's best interest involved 100 years ago. I think now
Mhm.
here it is. Here, let me play it.
They come from American parents and American families, American homes, American schools, American churches, American businesses, and American universities, and they're elected by American citizens. This is the best we can do, folks. This is what we have to offer. It's what our system produces. Garbage in, garbage out. If you have selfish, ignorant citizens, you're going to get selfish, ignorant leaders. The term limits ain't going to do you any good. You're just going to wind up with a brand new bunch of selfish, ignorant Americans. So maybe it's not the politicians who suck. Maybe something else sucks around here, like the public.
What do you think? Is it the public that sucks? We elect these
Good
people.
point of view.
Yeah, I mean, it works on both sides. I mean, if you're not good with your finances, you make poor choices.
So do you believe that garbage in, garbage out? Like that's basically what you just said. Somebody's got to for it.
Right. It really is. I mean, it's kind of like a factor that, it is garbage in, garbage out, but it's just very frustrating because
So
no
the government sends $13 billion to Ukraine aid packages. Who's paying for that? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I get that we have to be the big brother on the block. I just don't think. I just hope this is not another Vietnam that we repeat. History repeats itself. They always say. I think this is really bad. So.
Yeah, we're all paying for it.
Yeah. Some way, somehow, it's affecting everybody. And in no discrimination about race, age, and it's affecting everybody.
Yep.
Even if you ain't old enough to know, it's affecting
them. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, it was Al Qaeda this, Al Qaeda that. U.S. releases Al Qaeda operative from Guantanamo Bay. I mean, so no more cock meat sandwiches at Guantanamo Bay?
No, they took it off the menu.
They're just no Middle East terrorism. I haven't heard anything in months about maybe 6 months. So what happened?
They didn't change it.
Did they go away?
No, they still chilling in their caves.
Chilling. They're reflecting.
Coming up with a plan.
They're waiting for their moment to shine.
It's that pinky in the brain situation.
They're sitting in the cave and they're like, "Oh, there's some Russia bullshit. Let me just wait to, we'll watch this shit unfold first."
Yeah, they're watching episodes of as the world turns right now. So they're like,
turns.
Mm-hmm. We'll wait for our turn.
Mm-hmm.
We're regrouping.
We're regrouping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We got to get some more camels.
Oh my God.
So women during the Ukraine-Russian conflict, women are fighting back. You killed our children. Now you will have to pay. Women of Ukraine warned Putin as they take arms. Women in Ukraine who have taken up arms to defeat Putin yesterday told the tyrant, "You killed our children. Now you will pay."
Hey, at all means they trying to protect themselves.
I mean, what do you have to lose at that point when someone kills your child?
Yeah, like seriously. But I mean, this day and age, war is different than the wars previously.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? so everybody is like, I can take a stance no matter what. So if I can protect my home regardless of my gender or my country, they doing it. So
Mhm.
it's not like, the women have to work in the office while the men are out on the field with the war. They like, we can handle our
We're
business
going
too.
to fight together.
Even if the gun cock and I blow back, I'm gonna get back up and do it again because, hey, I'm here to protect.
Yeah.
I'd probably be fighting if I lived there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be running. No,
Well,
no, I'd be in.
well, I hope this conflict is over quickly. I hope we get back to normal.
Yeah.
We've been through some shit in the last 2.5 years. So, this was a childhood memory for me. I was a big Sesame Street fan. Wow, I can't even pronounce his last name.
Delgado.
Oh, I can't even. He played Luis. He was 81, and he recently passed.
Emilio Delgado, best known as Luis, the handyman on Sesame Street, landed the role back in 1971, 2 years after the show premiered.
I was so excited, but as an actor, I knew that it was a job, and maybe it'll last a year, maybe 2 years, maybe not even that long, But it was great. I had a job on television.
Little did he know he'd be a Sesame Street fixture for 44 years. Delgado was born in Calexico, California, but was raised by his grandparents on the other side of the border in Mexicali.
The first time that I saw Big Bird walk on, my line was, "Big Bird." I didn't say, "Big Bird." I said, "Pájaro." So I called him Pájaro from then on, every time I saw him.
Sesame Workshop writing on Thursday. At the forefront of representation, Emilio proudly laid claim to the record for the longest running role for a Mexican American in a TV series. We are so grateful he shared his talents with us and with the world. In 2019, then Mayor Bill de Blasio officially declared October 15th Emilio Delgado Day in New York City.
Emilio was one of the people who broke the mold, create a positive role model for everyone, but particularly for children who didn't get to see or hear people who looked like them and spoke like them.
Delgado would appear in other shows like Hawaii Five-0, House of Cards, and The Get Down, and on stage in the theater. But it's Luis who fans say they'll miss most. Te extrañaremos, Emilio Delgado.
I loved the Luis. Oh my God.
Died of cancer.
Seeing him brought back so many memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sad. I'm glad he lived a long life, though.
Yeah, he did. And the thing about it is that he influenced a lot of millions of children just being on the Sesame. I mean, it's
so
like,
many ways.
Yeah. So he really is a good person.
Yes, I
Yeah.
like he was.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Big
sad.
Bird's
He had
bestie.
cancer. So
Yeah.
he had blood cancer, or blood, kind of a blood disorder. So hold on. I'm deleting something real quick. I don't want her to go to Facebook jail. Your aunt just put some crazy stuff in the chat, and you can't say it because of course, Facebook will ban her. So I deleted it.
Oh, you'll have to fill me in on what she said after. I don't have my phone with me.
So sorry, Constant. I had to delete that comment because you will go to Facebook jail for saying that, even though you definitely everybody feels that way towards Putin. You just can't say it.
Oh, yeah. We're trying to keep you out of Facebook jail, so we're not going to let that air. But feel free to text me, slide in our DMs, and I'm sure I can already imagine what you said. So, and I agree.
Yeah, because that's
we're going to stay out of jail here because we tend to go there often on this show. So
yeah, that's considered hate, a hate crime, and terrorism, and all that. Can't say that. Kim and Pete make it official. We're on Instagram together. We're a couple. So they're official.
I thought they were already official.
As Shelly breaks up.
Official. How many levels of official is there when you're a celebrity?
I don't know. Well, I just said, now Shelly's broken up. Now Kim and Pete are together officially.
Oh.
Okay.
Your breakup. Your Shell. Kanye is he's available.
Oh hell no. Nope. I'm good. I'm great.
Did you change your, because everybody does it, right? If you're dating somebody, you put it on Facebook. Are you officially single on Facebook?
No, I haven't changed it. I mean, all this happened
You
really
never
quick.
did that?
I know it happened too quick. And then at the end of the day, I came home and I was like, I'm going to sleep. I took a shower.
You didn't say on Facebook that you're in a relationship?
Yeah, I did it like about maybe a year ago, but I haven't like changed my current status. So I will be doing that.
So if you change your current status,
oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, if you change your current status, does your DM light up? Oh, she's single.
You know what? My DM is full of I don't even respond.
People motherfuckers having conversations with themselves.
Them whole selves.
I woke up to 2 messages like that today. Damn, I don't have my phone. I wanted to ask you guys what this meant. It was so much slang in this compliment that I was like, I didn't even open it. I just read it. Something about I'm sexy as fuck. And then it was like, no cap. I know that. Pressure on something. I don't know. I was like, is this English? I don't even know what the fuck he just said.
Maybe he was drunk. He's trying to have a serious moment.
Yeah, it's like, is this how you're hitting on people? Because maybe I'm just old, but I don't know what the fuck you just said to me. There was a lot, like there was some things, right? I was like, okay, you pull down the notifications and you read it from there so they don't see that you opened it.
Right.
So like, okay, what is this? What are you even speaking English? Is this how you're hitting on people? No wonder your game isn't working. This is terrible.
Regroup.
What the fuck you just said to me?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question for you. If you remember Arnold, I think he was in Terminator 2. He had so much money and they had to pay him so much money. They gave him an island. So these investors bought a Caribbean island. Now they're making their own country. If you had your own money, would you buy your own island and make your own country? Like that's pretty cool, right? They
yeah, because you totally liberated your own, own little space, your own little country. You're like the king and queen of your own little continent.
Nobody can tell you not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing.
And you only let who you want there. So they're very selective.
It's a Caribbean island. They could just walk around naked. I am the king.
And swing like you want to. You know what I mean?
All the things. That'd be so nice.
For real though.
Yeah, I want to go there. Can we go there? How do you apply over there?
A short boat life from Belize City is uninhabited 1.2 acre island, almost shaped like a coffee bean, with a small beach on the side and a scrub mangroves on the other. Officially named the Principality of Islandia with a national flag. The country has hundreds of online citizens, while novelty passports are incoming. It is interest purchases share the micronation territory that claimed to be independent national state. The prize was I just lost the money. A group of investors raised over $250,000 to buy this island. It's called Coffee Cay Island. So,
Coffee Cay.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't like about that, I'm just because I'm a visual person. It's a small island surrounded by a large body of water. I would be kind of scared of the water. You know what I mean? What kind of infrastructures could you build to kind of protect yourself from Mother Nature?
Yeah.
Well, they got tents set up. They got like just tents. They're just chilling. They haven't
So it's
built.
like a vacation type of getaway. Well,
Yeah,
you go during non-hurricane seasons. There you go.
Yeah, but during hurricane season, everything's going to get washed away anyways.
Right. That's why you don't want to be there.
You got to come
But
back
then you
and
have to
start
go back
over.
and rebuild too.
Yeah,
So
you got to come back and start over.
location.
Yeah. So an Oregon woman gives birth to baby on sidewalk and then walks away and left child. Authorities say. Oh, yeah, this is crazy.
That is not nice.
Portland police say woman gave birth on sidewalk and walked away. An Oregon woman gave birth to a baby girl on a sidewalk and then walked away and left the child, authorities said Thursday. The Portland Police Bureau said officers and first responders received a report Wednesday of a woman who had given birth just before 11 a.m. Wow. They were dispatched when it was reported the mother allegedly walked away. Officers arrived on bicycle and checked on the newborn, who was being cared for by paramedics, police said. They said the mother, the woman, was stumbling away eastbound on Market with a lot of blood and amniotic fluid all over her, Officer Kirby Gladkowski told Coin TV. The mother was not cooperative and was taken to a hospital for a mental health evaluation.
Isn't that crazy? You just have a baby on the sidewalk and be like,
Say she's clearly has something going on mentally.
Yeah, because
so
that's
bad for that baby.
Yeah, because I mean, how do you, for one, bearing children is not a, run in the playground type of situation. It's very painful. So
you don't just drop and go. You're not taking a skid. It's not drop a deuce and go.
Somebody could have called 911, or even if she had the baby, she could have, like they do here. You can actually, there's safe havens where you can drop off your child with no questions asked.
Right.
And that's the better approach, because my whole thing is that you don't have to abandon a child in a negative way. There is all kinds of other healthy ways to give your child away if you don't want them. You just don't leave them on the sidewalk. And the sidewalk is nasty as hell. Nasty.
And rough, nasty, dirty.
People pissing, the dogs pissing, everybody, it's just, people dropping food.
Yeah. How did she put the umbilical cord? She just popped a squat and then she stumbled off. I can't believe that she stumbled off losing all that, actually walked away losing all that blood.
Yeah.
Maybe she was on something because,
I
don't know.
That's very dramatic. I mean,
she got hemorrhage. Oof.
Yeah, if it's not, especially if the afterbirth hasn't been taken out properly, you can hear
there's more to the story.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Hopefully she gets some help.
Very much so.
It reminded, not on the same seriousness, but it reminded me of the woman that you saw taking a shit on the corner.
Yeah. I really wanted to give her some Lysol wipes.
I know, right? But yeah, it's not taking a shit. You're dropping a baby. Like, whoa.
Whole ass baby.
Whole ass baby. Damn, lady.
That's crazy.
Don't worry.
Mother instinct, just hearing your child cry for the first time is a natural bond. So, how do you walk away from that?
So I said she has to have had some kind of mental issues along with probably drug, abuse. Because I can't see you doing that without either of the two.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, do you know this guy?
Well, about a year ago, I was chopping that tree when suddenly it began to rain. And right in the middle of the chop, I rusted solid. Been that way ever since.
So that is the Tin Man. If you've never seen Wizard of Oz,
Mm-hmm.
Tin Man, the Tin Man's oil can for sale. It went for sale. It fetched up with the $200,000. The original tin can that was used in the movie.
Oh wow!
But to own that type of history is pretty cool, though, right?
It
I used to watch that movie several times a day growing up for years and years. It was my absolute favorite movie. I know it word for word, every
Tori,
single time.
bought that can.
I totally would have bought that can.
She would have bought that can.
I would have bought that can.
Definitely.
And anybody who wants to gift it to me, I'm open to that. We'll give you a shout out and everything. We can get a picture together.
So
I might even dress up like Dorothy.
So we are in full effect of spring break as far March Madness, all that. Spring breakers seen wrestling, drinking, and wild crowds decent on Fort Lauderdale Beach after massive overdose horror. So there's been a lot of overdose with fentanyl. People are hanging out. COVID is officially over everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, do we the numbers go through the roof now? Because spring break, people are like, fuck, everything's over, back to normal. I mean, it looks crazy amount of people that are on the beach.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Fight?
No, wrestling.
Oh.
But look at all those people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm
That's
gonna do that because that's the thing is people don't think that COVID. The CDC said we're over it, we passed it, but at the same time, we got to take still necessary precautions so that just in case the outbreak decides to come back, we're not sitting there promoting it. Like you still need to be safe. You still need to have some common sense when it comes to going in the public and how you're interacting.
My kid would not be there. You're not going. No.
Because then you come home coughing, talking about I don't feel good. No.
Motherfucker, you stay your ass in the yard with a margarita and a kiddie pool. No, we'll do this, but we'll do this at the house.
Yeah, I mean,
You're not going there. Nope.
With all the colleges and high schools, most of my daughters are on spring break. But I think this is the time not to go somewhere. You know what I mean? Wait to this. If CDC saying we're out of the woods, like they say, I think we should wait another 6 to 8 weeks and then maybe possibly the summertime, maybe look at opening these doors. But I think it's a little too soon.
Yeah, I think it's too premature to actually be doing all those extra activities. I mean, it's cool that they have them, but I think there should be at least a limit of how much interaction should be taking place because, yeah, we want to go back to our normal lives, but we don't know what normal looks like right now.
Right. So you guys' favorite, I don't know what you want to call him, dummy, Juicy Smollett. He got sentenced 150 days in jail, 30 months of felony probation. Judge calls him ignorant, selfish, and narcissistic. What is your thoughts? I followed this story a little bit, but I got lost, and I'm like, paid somebody. I'm like, what is going on with this? I mean, do you guys remember this story? But
so he was kidnapped, right? Or beaten?
Say again?
I said it was the guy that said he was beaten or kidnapped by white people, right?
Yeah.
He needed his ass whooped.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need these people to stop kidnapping themselves and blaming folks.
He released a statement after he was sentenced, and he said that the judge was racist, and if he wasn't black, he wouldn't be doing anything.
Wait a second. His whole claim that he did was racist.
Exactly.
The whole thing he did was racist to create race war. What the fuck? Okay. He should have got more jail time. Clearly, he didn't think enough before he made that statement.
Basically, it was a hate crime, right? But it was a hoax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did it, but he did it to put hate on a different race.
Right.
He lied about, and I don't have the whole story for me, but he lied about being beaten by white people because he's black. But
Right.
You're calling the judge racist? You're not any fucking different. On top of it, you're a liar. You're not only a racist, you're a fucking liar and a fraud. So how are you over here on your high motherfucker? I'm gonna need you to get off your high horse, buddy.
That's
Because
right.
they don't let high horses come to prison.
They got a horse for you though.
Giddy up, Tony boy, giddy up. Oh yeah.
Now
Yeah,
you don't know.
you better get that honey. You better get that honey buns ready.
I don't know. Like I said, I think
That don't make no damn sense. That motherfucker out of his mind. That
really
whole statement is stupid. You're an idiot. You really are not very bright.
He didn't think
not
it
very
through.
bright.
He didn't think the whole fucking thing through. There's a lot of misthinking there.
I always have to tell myself, my common sense is not their common sense. Like he didn't have common sense.
Right. So staying there in that kind of realm, Ohio grand jury declines to indict officers who fatally shot Makita Bryan. So I guess in Franklin County, Ohio, jury declines the indictment of police officer who fatally shot Mrs. Bryan, a black teenager, last April. Attorney General David Yost said in news release. Yost was also released investigation material in the case, including more than a dozen interviews, crime scenes, and evidence. I don't remember this story. Do you guys remember this story? But anyway, the cop is not, I guess they're saying they're letting it go.
No surprise there.
No,
Do you remember the story? Anybody remember the story?
Vaguely, but I mean,
There's so many of them. It's hard to keep track these days.
Yeah,
There's so many. It's hard to keep track. It's sad. And again, no surprise that the police are not being held accountable for their terrible actions.
Body camera footage shows Bryan lunged at a woman outside the house before she was fatally shot. In a moment, her head could see falling to the ground, while a man on the scene tells the officer said, "She's just a kid." So,
but our judicial system sucks because it really does not hold people accountable for their actions, and depending on who they know and how they know, really supports the outcome at the end of the day.
Well, I'm a firm believer of the training that the police get to come to these situations, because almost all of these situations stem from a mental health aspect. So either mental health or a special needs or something of that sort. And so if you're sending in gun-toting, blaze of glory motherfuckers in here trying to strong arm people when you're really dealing with a mental issue, you're just going to have the same thing over and over. It's either a mental issue or they're just shooting innocent, black and brown people because they can't hold authority over them, or they're not, obeying by their.
Yeah, they always have a small unit. But they'll specialize in that unit to work with, different individuals, rather it be homeless, mental health, anything that's included with that. But if they could get the training for all of the whole precinct, it would be so beneficial in how they can actually engage, de-escalate a whole situation. Because especially when you got somebody who is either dealing with PTSD or has a mental illness or even a trauma, there's triggers. So you being aggressive is triggering this person, and now it's escalated into a real bad situation.
Yeah.
great. So more shit could have happened last night or yesterday. This is the Black Panthers director. He was a body cam showing him being confused, telling officers to check this guy because he had a mask on. So a lot of banks now are saying if you come in with a mask, they're not going to allow you. You have to go through the drive-through if you feel unsafe. So they basically, since the mask mandate is over pretty much everywhere, they don't want you to wear a mask in banks. And this is the Black Panthers director. Here it is.
Hey, sir. Hey, man. Do me a favor, man. Come this way. Whoa. Where you at, man? You back. She's not back. Got it. Can you read my phone, this, bro? Give me 1 second. Is that him with the green flag? and everything. I really should have did it. You know what I mean? What's going on, my man? I'm trying to put money on my. You said what? Yeah, it's your fault? Yeah, sure. I got everything on what's the thing I'm trying to explain to you right now, sir. You know, listen to me. Listen. You come on right side. I got the badge hanging off my head. It'll tell you everything about me. And if you get the wrong name, you'll understand why you should take off these cuts. If you not do it, it's gonna be really bad for you. Okay. So Brandon, okay. Yo, just put it in Google. I'm really trying to keep it from being a bad damn job, bro. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's like me, bro. What? Somebody take my glasses off my face, and then it can turn, bro. You need some air? I mean, I gotta be honest with you, man. I just can't believe this, man. Is that my family baby nurse? Y'all have her detained right now? Who? The baby nurse? The Filipino one that was in the back seat. Y'all have her detained right now? Yes. She's being detained. Alright. Can you, the doctors explain what's going on while we're out here? Not really, man. Alright, so we got to call. I heard somebody asked me about passing out. Yeah. So basically, we got a call, and from what we got the call, it seems like someone was trying to rob the bank. Something about you passing a note to the teller, something to that effect. Can you just tell me what's going on? Or? Yeah, it's a medical assistant that works in my house that prefers to be paid in cash. Every time I make a withdrawal and pay her, you know, because it's a large amount, she works a lot. Yeah. You know, if I don't write down on a note how much I'm out, and I don't let it ran through the money counter right there at the desk, the whole bank is looking at me because they just hear money going through the account. And I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe getting money out like that. So every time I go to withdraw it, you know, I put the amount, the account when they take out of, and I put my own authority, and then they usually take me out like, oh, just get the money from me. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. So you make, well, that's, like I said, that's the reason why we're out here, and that's the reason why we detained everybody, because we didn't know exactly what was going on.
So he basically said I need to withdraw money out of my account, and he passed them a note. And guess what? They flipped out and they said, "Oh, this guy's trying to rob a bank." And this guy's a director, and it's just ridiculous. And this could have ended really bad, right?
Mm-hmm. Why didn't he fill out a slip?
Huh?
Why didn't he fill out a slip?
Well, he said that he feels like it. If you heard him, he felt like he has to.
It's hard for me to hear him.
Yeah, he said he does that because it's a large amount, and you know, blah blah blah. So,
well, I'm so confused on why he didn't just do a slip. I mean, I get that it's like crazy, but when you write a note, it's kind of weird.
Wrong impression.
You gave the wrong impression. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think I've ever walked into a bank asking, even if it was, you know, $5,000, right? Less than what he was asking for, but still a significant amount to withdraw at one time. I don't write a note. Yeah.
I would like to withdraw $12,000 cash from my checking account. Please do not. Please do the money counter. I can't read that.
Count.
I can't.
Else. I like to be discreet. That's all I can figure out at the end.
I'd like to
at least he was clear on his instructions.
I feel like he needed to fill out a withdrawal slip too, with his account number.
And then he could have literally went, you know, told the teller to count it on the counter, not on above the counter, but below.
Yeah, handed it to him like down below. Hey, I need you to do this quietly. I'm going to hand you the note and the deposit and the withdrawal slip. Because since when do you get money out of an account without a withdrawal slip?
Oh, a lot of banks do that. All you got to do is put your card in, and you just tell them how
you
much
put your card in, right? So did we even do that part where you put your card in the reader and you hand your ID? Like I could see there, because then it would pull up. There'd be no question that it's him.
He looked like it wasn't a Chase. So I know Chase does that. So
My credit union does that.
A customer passed me a note, and so I just told my manager I didn't feel comfortable. So he told me to call police while he, I guess, stalled. What's on the note, ma'am? It just says I want to withdraw $12,000. Just be discreet.
Is this an actual customer, or are they trying to rob the bank?
They had a debit card and he inserted it. He gave me a California ID.
Oh, so he did.
I was like,
oh, no, she's wrong.
She was wrong for that.
I was like,
he had a debit card and inserted it.
she said he was being weird. So I know my sister used to work at she's been in the banking industry forever. I know she was robbed, but I think those are protocols, and she could probably vouch for it. Anytime somebody hands you a note, I think that is a protocol for being robbed. You know what I mean?
He did have a card, though. I didn't know that he showed all that. The teller was wrong. If he had a card, he had his ID. Now you're just questioning me. Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm an introvert. Maybe I have people watching how much money I take, and TMZ is on my fucking ass all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make a report. Yeah, he had a card. That's
because once you insert the card, it shows the balance of the account. So you look at the monitor, you look at the note, and you be like, "Oh, okay, not a problem, sir.
Not a problem, sir. How would you like that?
Would you like these large bills or not?"
And here's my number.
I know that's right. Call me.
Coffee or tea after? Coffee or tea?
I get my lunches at 12, sir.
For real.
And I know you can afford it.
So New York City will stop collecting Social Security checks from children in foster care. I didn't even know this was happening.
Oh, yes.
Foster care will not be able to keep their Social Security checks. Until now, city officials collected their benefit checks to reimburse themselves for the cost of their care. The money will now be put in a savings account they can access when they leave the foster care.
City officials were collecting it. What?
Yes. So, I fostered before I had adopted, right? And one of the children that I was fostering actually got a disability check. She had an SSDI check. And her dad was really upset thinking that I was getting her income. And I was like, what? And we had to literally sit there and let him know that her funds that she would get on a monthly basis is actually going back to the state of Arizona for reimbursement of being in care.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. They just think that the money's just sitting there. No, that money is going back to the state.
Well, I do know that when, my son, he received the Social Security disability, but anytime that he ever was hospitalized, he did not receive it. I was supposed to report it, let them know, but anytime he was not in my care, whether it was hospitalization or a stay or a surgery, it didn't even matter if he wasn't sick. It was just routine, and he had to stay over a certain amount of days. I want to say like maybe past a week. Don't quote me on the amount of days, but it was definitely after a significant amount of days. Was not allowed to collect it. It went right back. Even though his care doesn't stop. Like just because he's at the hospital doesn't mean he doesn't need things, doesn't mean that they're providing everything for him, or that he still has a house that he needs, his housing he needs to pay for to be able to come back to.
Right. They don't ever take a lot of that stuff in consideration at all.
It was very upsetting to find that out. I was like, but his disability didn't stop. We're at the hospital getting some fine tuning done.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Crazy. So guess what, Tori?
Who's the biggest winner if you break this deal down?
MLB is back.
I think in the end, the players got what they were looking for. They got big raises in the competitive balance tax threshold, up to $230 million in the first year and $244 million by the fifth year. They got $50 million a year in the pre-arbitration bonus pool. Minimums got raised to $700,000 from $570,000 and ending up at $780,000. But I think it's important, Kevin, to point this out. You are a winner. Shay is a winner. Tim is a winner. I'm a winner. Everyone watching this are winners because baseball's back.
Baseball is back. March 8th. Baseball is back.
They got a hefty deal.
Gotta be happy with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
March 8th.
Got a hefty deal. March 8th.
Hold on. Oh.
Baseball is back, Shelley. Baseball.
Baseball is back.
Baseball's back.
So
what's going to happen? Wait a minute. So what's going to happen on opening season in Detroit, though? So are they going to have the game?
They are, but not that day. It's
okay.
Yeah, so you're looking
The
probably.
game's canceled. They're still gonna party though. They don't. Detroit don't have to just cancel a party.
Probably 2 weeks. I think it was probably started April 7th. It probably won't start until like the third week of April.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they're ready. They're ready to party. Okay.
But at least the revenue is coming back. You know what I mean? That's so important that the revenue is coming back.
Yeah, Linda, I agree. It says the viewers aren't winning though. We're going to be paying higher prices for our tickets. That is true. That is true. Because nothing is free, right?
Nothing is free.
Yeah.
We're paying for their nice little paycheck. Raise. Their raise. I'm excited though. I get to go to the stadium and bartend for spring training. I've been meaning to do that, so that's exciting.
Are they giving you discounts?
I think so. I think I get a discount.
We can go.
Yeah, I'll check into it now that it's, I'll probably get a call on Monday telling me what to do. I'm ready.
Right.
You ready?
Get some tickets. I want to eat a hot dog real bad.
Real bad.
Real bad. Some popcorn.
Well, guess what's coming up? You guys know what's coming up? It's green.
Oh,
Yeah,
St. Patty's?
St. Patty's.
My birthday. Fucking
You know what?
beautiful.
Until I met Tori, it was so funny. Didn't have no clue about St. Patty's Day. Didn't know how big it was until I met Tori. And literally, she had our first time. She had me actually. What was it? A 4K or 5K walk and run?
Yeah, drunken kilt run.
Yeah, it was so cool. We had our whole little
She's
outfit.
like this crazy white bitch. What's she got me doing?
For real though, I was like, really? Is that big here?
She's like, black people don't put on kilts and drink and go running. What? I was like, get ready. Put ribbons in your hair. Do all the crazy shit. I want you to look like the most drunken whore leprechaun you can think of. If a leprechaun and a drunk whore had a baby, that's what you're going to dress like. And then meet me here. We're going to have fun. And she's like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. I kept calling, did you get your green glitter? Did you get your kilt? Did you get ribbon? She's like, yeah, my daughter's putting ribbon in my hair right now. I'm on my way. I'm like, okay, I got my fishnets. She's like, what?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's going.
Well,
I like cute as hell that time.
It's a big thing in Detroit, of course, because of the Irish community. Corktown is, the biggest thing that we have. So they're gonna kick off the fiestas. I believe it's this week. They usually have it always a week before.
It would have been fun to be there. I haven't been to
Did not chill the spirits of green clad celebrating who gathered at Corktown Irish Society Friday afternoon. That was yesterday. So they should have the parade. I believe it's this Sunday. So the traditional going from starting in Corktown, and then I think it goes, a couple miles or whatever. But
I have so many pictures of me at the parade. Mind you, I was never like officially like in the parade, but I got so drunk I end up walking in the parade with like schools and people doing things and batons. And next thing you know, I got a flag. I don't know where the flag came from, but I lost my people because I joined the parade. It's a good time. It's a really good time.
So, my sister I know she's tuning in, but, we all went to Holy Trinity, which is down in Corktown. And, I remember being in the parade as a kid because we went to Holy Trinity. But yeah, it's a pretty big thing in Corktown.
Yeah. It is.
The oldest communities. It was established in the 1700s, Shelley. So it's a pretty big.
Well, that's cool. Maybe one year we can all go down there for St. Patty's Day, and then I can see how the D actually hosts their St. Patty's Day.
Well,
Arizona,
listen, opening day is basically the same vibe, just less green. Deep fried parties. We show out. We don't give a fuck. If it's anything to do with having a drink and gathering, we turn it into a party. So you're gonna see opening day. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? Y'all people are crazy. This is fun.
Too fun.
Yeah. We party for the littlest shit.
Hey.
We go hard.
Nobody's causing trouble. Why not have fun?
It's funny. I'm thinking back to all my St. Patty's pictures, and I have this one. So we were at Oshalele, and shout out to Oshalele, downtown Detroit. Everybody knows who that is. So we're there, and there's this girl who is so drunk the whole time. She's in our crew. She's got her head like down, right? And in every picture we're taking, we decide to use her as a prop. And so we're using her. Yeah, she's so drunk that she has no clue, right? So we're using her as a prop. We're putting her hand up. Everybody's putting their crotch by her face, taking pictures. Like my cousin literally is standing over her, like straight teabagging her with the Irish beer. That poor girl. She was a prop the whole day. I don't even know how she slept that long, but I have like a whole photo album of her doing the craziest.
Who doesn't love a parade? And after a long absence due to COVID, the 64th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade returns to Detroit Sunday at 1 p.m. So many people happy about this. And we're happy to have Bob Roberts, co-owner of McShane's Irish Pub and Whiskey Bar, joining us tonight. Thank you, Bob, for your time. I know you've been up a long time preparing for this. And I even know our morning anchor, Keenan Smith, he was down there hanging with you too this morning.
Yeah, thanks, Carolyn. We had a really good time with the group this morning.
Yeah. So this is a long time coming. What can people expect with the parade this year? So exciting.
Well, what they can expect is all the great things that attract them to the parade. For the last 64 years. Masks are not mandatory; they're optional if you'd like to wear them. But other than that, everything else is is business as usual. We have the family fun zone at the beginning of the parade. Before the parade starts, we have several different runs that take place, including a 5K marathon. So there's really something for everybody.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the pictures from years past. It's just amazing to think that people are going to be back there. Now, for people who need a refresher, can you tell us about the traditional parade route?
Yeah, so the parade, they line up in front of Most Holy Trinity Church on 6th Street. They will proceed out to Michigan Avenue and go west, and they will end at 14th Street and Roosevelt Park.
Okay. And Bob, you're also the president of the Corktown Business Association. So what does the return of the parade mean for your pub and other businesses along the route that miss out on so much due to the pandemic?
Yeah. Well, thanks for asking. The average pub owner on Michigan Avenue will actually do 2 weeks or better worth of sales in one day.
Wow.
So if you can imagine, that's a really good boost, especially coming off of January and February, which are the two slowest months for retail and restaurants.
Wow, that is amazing. So I wish you all good luck.
So, like I said, it started traditionally at the elementary school that I went to, and then all my siblings went to. So there it is. Is that possible, Tori? Because she's worked in the bar industry in one day. They do 2 weeks of sales.
Yeah. So basically, what ends up happening, a lot of businesses set up beer tents outside, or they have, they're slinging hot dogs and sausages and all kinds of goodies, finger foods and things. But because the inside, the wait is just so long, a lot of them have their party tents.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they be cranking it out. I've worked in Detroit. I don't think I ever had a St. Patty's Day off, ever. Even when I worked at the strip club. Even the strip club has a tent for St. Patty's Day. Yeah. Shout out to Legends, downtown Detroit. My peeps.
Right.
Yeah, right there across from Sweetwater Tavern. I miss them miss them wings. I just smacked my lips.
Oh, the titty wings are awesome.
Girl, titty wings. Yeah. So, yeah. So they, you go in at like 6 a.m. They had us going in early. Go in, get set up for your green beer and your peeps, and you're there from open to close. There's a lot of Irish. There's a lot of people that want to be Irish. There's a lot of people that just celebrate St. Patty's Day in Detroit, all over and not even just downtown. It goes all the way out to, the north, Mount Clemens, Three Blind Mice. Shout out to Three Blind Mice. There's on Woodward, Dugan's, lots of Irish pubs in Michigan. So Michiganders like to party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stephen Curry,
like to party.
Stephen Curry from the Warriors surprised a 10-year-old with tickets after a viral video of her crying. Here you go.
Steph will be back Thursday, young fan. Don't cry. Hopefully the Warriors or somebody could get that young fan some tickets for Thursday night.
Oh, baby.
Oh, she's crying. Oh, I feel bad. But baby girl, man, like business is business. The Warriors got to do what's best for them long term. Steph Curry will be back in the building Thursday. And I think that man right there started to cheer her up saying, hey, Steph's going to be back in 3 days. You'll be able to see the two-time MVP. That's sad, though.
That you talk about impact.
The LA Lakers.
So that was the original video. I think there is.
Why was she? What was she upset about? He wasn't there.
This is the second video here.
Hey, she a real diehard fan at a young age.
Okay, she really is, because she was crying so bad she couldn't even look at him.
She gonna get some free stuff.
Yeah.
Free stuff.
But that was cute though. I mean, she was diehard fan at a young age. But she was sitting real close to the court.
Yeah.
Yeah. Money.
Already got money. You know what? And too, I was thinking that too, and not to take away from her shine, but I'm that mom that's like, okay, first of all, she's already sitting really close to the court, so she already got money. Secondly, why are you crying like that? I need you to gather yourself together. I'm mean. I'm like, what?
Well, maybe she thought it was like a Prince Purple Rain concert. You know what I'm saying?
Stop talking to him. Why are you crying? You're being way too fucking dramatic right now. I know I'm about to hear some backlash. Tori's mean. Fix your face. Fix your face. Okay, fix your fucking face. What are you doing? fucking crying way too much. Talk to the man. He's trying to talk to you.
Fix your face and drink some water.
Right. Fix your face. Fix your face. I'm gonna fix it for you.
Oh, that's always the saying.
Yeah.
And then I dare you to cry after I help you fix your face.
After I just gave you something to cry about, I dare you to cry. Let me hear you say. But exactly. Don't let me hear it. Suck it the fuck up.
Cry. So, Deshaun Watson, a criminal. He's not going to face criminal charges after grand jury declines the indictment of Texas quarterback. Criminal grand jury in Texas has declined to indict a Houston Texans quarterback, Deshaun Watson, after considering evidence of possible sexual misconduct against him hearing on Friday. So they said, guess what? Gonna let you go. No more indictment. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I think he did it.
And you notice how we were just like,
No, we're like, okay.
So Queen James on basketball is closing on being the only basketball player ever to have 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000.
Did you say Queen?
Yeah, Queen James.
He does not want to be on the same platform as everybody else. He's an overachiever, and he's like, I got this. I'll make my own legacy.
Yeah.
Not living in the shadows of nobody else. Dang it.
Damn it. Yeah. 37 years old.
No one likes to show off Queen James.
Queen James. Yeah, I think he's going to play another 3 years. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
No, he's
in phenomenal shape, you know.
Yeah, for real though. For real.
Coach, staying in NBA, Coach Popovich gets a 1,300 win and breaks Don Nelson's all-time record. So he's the most winning NBA coach. Gregg Popovich for him, the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, but you know what? He was very humble about that whole, being acknowledged for that. He made it a we instead of an I, and he included so many people that contribute to his success. And he was like, "That's us." And I was like, "Oh, he's nice and humble."
I know.
He was like, "But you better get your stuff together, because we got to win this." But yeah. Right. I thought it was a good tribute, the way he really acknowledged him being for what his success and he celebrated with everybody. So
yeah, he's a really great coach. He's coached so many different athletes in the San Antonio Spurs. Really, really good coach. A lot of people say that he was a second dad to them. So he's coached some phenomenal athletes. So, and those championships, definitely he earned every bit of it.
Yeah. Kudos to him.
Yep. Where's my last story is Ben Simmons. If you remember this guy, he was in Philadelphia. He could not hit a free throw or hit a layup. He got booed by fans, heckled him when he returned back to Philly. Let me see if they booed him. He didn't want to play for Philly. And he got traded to the New York Nets. I want to always say New Jersey Nets, but New York Nets. Here's the video. So they booed him. They said, boo!
I hear he doesn't take criticism very well. Jack called him a big ass baby. Crybaby.
I mean, you take your food. I mean, it's gonna fuck with you a little bit. But,
Hey, you're in the limelight. Rather you do good or
right.
bad, you're gonna
Yeah,
get
step
talked
your
about.
fucking game up.
Suck
your
it up.
fucking game up.
Suck it up.
Mhm. Fix your face. Fix your face.
So this moves on to the end of the show. Our topic, pretty hard topic to deal with. I know I couldn't date somebody who has been
What's the
convicted
topic?
of a crime. It's could you date someone who has a convicted of a sex crime? Tori, can you date somebody that has been convicted of a sex crime?
No, I could not. And I say this because I know some people who have, and I know all the things that come along with it. And at first, you don't really. Okay, let me start by saying, first of all, what kind of sex crime is it? Like, is the person, if the person's honest with you, at least you're going to hear them out, right? And then at that point, like if they totally hid it from you and you didn't know and you found out by just searching, like going online and searching the sex offender registry, and bam, your man's on there, or your woman, because women do sex crimes too, right? And you figure that out, because nowadays I'm quick. If I don't know you and I didn't know your personal history, I'm definitely going on Otis and I'm figuring this shit out, right?
Right.
So there's that. But if it's been told, if the person's told you, let's say the person was being honest, which is very rare. Oh, hey, we have a visitor. So, so let's say that happens, right? You got to find out, like, what exactly was the issue. Like, because you can pee in a public place and have a sex offense.
You'll be a class
Yeah.
one.
Right. I guess let's start there. What's the actual offense and figure out, is it true? But if it's like assault, or there's, like anything to do with the actual act of sex or any of that, I don't know if I could, because a lot of things go into play. We're wrong.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Tori. If you want to grab that door,
Okay.
I think a question about your something. So I know, Shelly, you were in a particular relationship that you're dealing with this. So how difficult was it dealing with something like that?
First I didn't go into it blindsided. The person was very upfront and told me the whole situation. Of course, I do my research and to see what it all entails. And there was a lot of missing components to it, and even hired an attorney to review the case and just to, make sure that it wasn't an actual thing. But come to find out, he never had done it. But the toll that it does play a toll on your relationship, because to be honest with you, the limitations and the barriers they're evident. You can't go to different countries, you can't go on vacation, you're on probation for lifetime until you can actually, accomplish some of their life goals that they create for them in order to be able to, go back into the community. It's a very unique lifestyle, and you just got to know if that's something that you want to be able to get involved with, because it does take away. And if you are used to just kind of going to day by day with your life, and then you get a doorstop on some stuff, you're just like, what the hell? But I always recommend, investigate the story, because like Tori was saying, it could be that somebody was pissing behind a trash can in a public place.
Right.
So it's very different. But I mean, it does play a toll on you emotionally and mentally, because especially when the person was convicted wrongly. And a lot of times, individuals who have been convicted of any crime, rather it be sex crime or anything else, if you don't have proper legal representation and you're just working with a public defender, you're really fucked. And so you just it's all kind. It's like a whole circus of a bunch of stuff that goes along with it.
So much. You know, those things that the person has to go through affects the, you know, your when you date them. So, and I don't know what was said when I walked away here for a moment, but you know, you want to be like, oh, I love you and I want to support you and I want to be there for you and get through this. But you don't think of all the things that come along with it. The things let's start here, just basic shit, right? That things that the person can't do. They can't be within a school zone. They can't be within some, public parks. They can't be in crowds that have children or, you know, anybody a certain age. They can't leave the state or the country, right? Like you can't even go on vacation. There's so much. So do you want to be with somebody who has all these restrictions on their life? Because when you're together, it's kind of a restriction on your life too.
Mm-hmm.
And if they've been wrongly convicted, and if they've been wrongly convicted and there's proof that they've been wrongly convicted, you're still dealing with their conviction. Their conviction now, your wrongly conviction kind of comes with now you have a wrongly conviction. Now, let's say they've been convicted and they really did it and you knew, well, what the fuck are you doing dating somebody who actually assaulted somebody or did a sex crime? That in its own, you know,
that's a no-go.
That's you're messy. You're messy. You're putting your kids and everybody you know in danger by bringing that person around.
So here's horrible boss, the sex offender.
Sorry, man. I know you guys are close.
Yeah, I love that guy. I love working for him. You know, it's like awesome. Now his shitbag son's gonna be in charge, and it's like
the cokehead.
Yeah. You know how many times I've caught him doing blow at work?
This whole thing's a real bummer, Kurt. I'm so sorry. You're the only one of us who didn't completely hate his job. Did I tell you that Harkin tricked me into having a drink at 8 o'clock this morning? I mean, I work for the Antichrist.
How did he trick you?
I thought he was going to give you a promotion. Yeah, no, he is, definitely. That's why he's being extra evil. He knows it's the last chance he has to make my life miserable. Hey, your boss isn't sexually harassing you.
Oh, my God.
Don't give me shit. You never get any sympathy out of us for this. She's going crazy. It's like a totally hostile work environment now, man. It's not funny, you know? All right, check it out. Today, she starts spraying water at my crotch so she can see the outline of my dick. That's great. This is not great.
What are you talking about? Why don't you just, just fuck her?
Because I'm engaged to be married and I love my fiance, okay?
It's true. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Hey, what about if you get a different dental hygienist job?
Job? No, he's a child molester, right, Nick?
No, deviant. Sexual deviant?
What is it? How do they classify it? Sex offender.
I'm on the registered sex offender list, yes. You can't get that expunged. All you did was you pulled your dick out in the playground. I was taking a piss at night. There were no kids. All right, you know what? You don't put a playground right next to a bar.
So there it is, right? I mean, you can get it, if you pull your dick out in a playground and you're drunk and there's no kids, you're going to jail and you're a sex offender, right?
Yeah. But see, that's the crazy thing is that you would think that they would separate, certain things, but they put everything all in one and they don't differentiate from any of them. It's just that it's a sex offense. Sex offense. And so, because I worked in the reentry for quite some time, somebody on the outside looks at that label doesn't explain the whole situation. It's just a label. And that's how you're identified as, and it's so crazy. Cause I worked with everybody. I had RNs who got wrongly convicted because they were at the wrong place at the wrong time. Now they lose their license and, didn't have nothing to do with it, but they're accessory to it.
Wow. How about you, Drake? Would you date somebody with
I think
a convicted sex crime?
Like you just said, I think it depends on the crime, and I would have to research it. But if she's molesting children, no.
Hell no.
If she, like you said, she took a fucking squat in a sandbox.
Like the lady at the
drunk getting squat in a sandbox.
Yeah. It happens, right? It happens, and now you're a registered sex offender. So
yeah, and the world looks at you so different.
So the moral of this topic is basically do your research. Look at both sides. You possibly could dating a psychopath, or you could possibly be dating somebody that just was a victim of circumstance.
Exactly.
Yeah, take into consideration what it means regardless, though, and what it comes along with, because then you're a victim of circumstance as well.
Yeah.
So I put something on the screen. Maybe you guys can tell me what that is.
How awesome we are.
Yeah, so I want to congratulate. I know Q's not on Saturday, but I want to congratulate everybody. Our numbers have been going through the roof. Those are the top. Those are the downloads for the month of March, 3,400.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, y'all.
Yes.
Look at us. Okay, pop that.
Continue to subscribe. Continue to download. I appreciate all the viewers that are watching, but definitely love the people that are listening to it. Yeah.
Thank you for all the love.
Yes.
Y'all are the shit.
Shit.
No.
So Lonnie he just made this video for you.
Oh no, would you?
Lonnie.
You better stop that shit. You're trying to make yourself throw up.
Calling him Lonnie. He keeps saying Lonnie. That's his code name. Lonnie just made this for you.
He's upset. So,
fix your face, Lonnie. Fix your face. Life goes on.
Send her some roses, buy her some chocolates. You never know.
Put his meat
You
on
talking
her
about those
forehead.
$1 million roses? Are you talking about those? That's the only rose I want. I like
Okay.
those ones. They don't die. That's the only flower that I would accept because they don't die. They live for 3 years or more. Isn't that
They're
right?
beautiful.
So I was talking to
four of them.
always have those stipulations, right? When you break up or you try to work it out. Hey, give me another 30 days, give me another 6 months. Does that work for you?
That's not enough time, to be honest with you, because there's always let's play the good person syndrome. You know what I mean? I need longevity. Give me let me see how consistent you are within a year or two. Some people might think I might be a little overkill on it, but I like consistency, and consistency means a lot to me personally. So, because you can't just put a hemorrhage sore with a Band-Aid over a hemorrhage opening. It's still going to bleed to death. So no matter how much you dress it up, I need somebody to be consistent with it, because you can only be consistent if it's not really intentional. You only can portray for so long.
Yeah, I never was one for the give me 30 days. Give me a couple weeks. If you're toxic, you're toxic. If the things that you're doing are, things that you couldn't switch overnight, or, I don't know. I usually give clues, right? Hey, this isn't working for me. Hey, you need to switch this. Can you, would you, can we, what can we do? If those didn't work, what's 30 days? Just 4 weeks wasted. I'm good.
And then this tutorial, so does, when you say that this person came over at 2:30 in the morning, does sex fix it?
Oh, hell no, that's a turn off. No, we don't do that, because I don't care how good it is. You can dick you down all you want, but at the end of the day, it doesn't fix the situation.
No, you're just injecting me with your toxic behavior.
Let's say the sex happens, and then afterwards you like, you got to go now. Like you know what I mean? Like you just say, well, it was nice, but you know, it's
I used
like
to do that. I don't let that shit happen no more. I used to do that back in the day when I thought, oh, he loved me though. Let's have sex, or they push them on you like makeup sex. You're not fixing anything. It's just like the married couple that decides they're going to go on a vacation or have a baby, right? One or the other. I feel like the married couple that's having problems either does one or the other. They either go on vacation together and it gets fixed for like 4 weeks after the vacation, or they decide they're going to have a baby to save their marriage. It's like one of the two. And do they ever really work?
Well, I mean, or you can even use this too. You know how some of us have gotten them nice old-fashioned ass whoopings that would last us to be good for about good 6 months. Then after the 6 months, then we start cutting up again. It's the same type of scenario, it's really the intention that needs to be looked at, because some things are not quick fixes. And so, time heals everything, and that person has to be okay with that timing. Might not be on your timing. You may want to fast forward it a little bit, and I got the pause button on.
Yeah, well, not everybody is meant to be in your life for a lifetime.
No,
Well,
you
I
have.
think when
Sometimes
you,
it's just a season.
I think when you're in a relationship, once the one of the persons checks out, I think it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to get somebody to come back after they've checked out.
Is there a point in that relationship where did you actually physically check out?
Yeah, I have to say so, because
Did he feel it? Did he feel you checked out?
no, he matter of fact, several times he was like, you're just not here. He acknowledged that there was some change in behavior with me. So, but at the same time,
or did you start rationing the pussy? What happened?
no, I still be mad at you, but I give you some.
Okay.
I'm not like stingy like that.
Right, because I need some too.
Right. It's a win-win situation. But I'm looking at more of moral values, and that's more important to me. I mean, and so, but he understood. Well, I don't know if he understood it, but he was very aware.
He didn't understand the assignment.
Yeah. So,
honey, if you're out there,
when you said about checking,
you never know. You can always come back.
Well, no, that's the thing is that we never know. Never know. If it's meant to be, I was always raised as it's meant to be, it comes back to you.
That's kind of a bullshit thing. You never know. We might work out in the future. I don't know. It might happen.
I never give that maybe again. I don't do that.
I don't ever say it, but at the end of the day, I'd be like, you just never know. You
never know.
Never know.
Yeah. And you never know. You might see aliens in the real near future. You just never know.
I might have a whole ass saucer in my backyard.
Oh,
somebody, you hungry?
To the saucer.
That is crazy. But I think you hate that as a guy, because I think guys do that to girls too. Like, hey, we're just not right now. You never know. Like, does that actually work? Because I don't think that works.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
know. Maybe when we were younger, we used to say that shit. I don't do that now. I'm not giving you no hope that things are coming back. Things aren't working right now. You're not changing. I see nothing in sight. And I'm moving forward. So unless you're changing the things that, were a problem, I can't really forget about all this fuck shit that's happening right now. And it's, I'm good.
It's kind of yucky.
I'm good. But don't get me wrong. If before checking out, I give chances, right? I'm going to let you know that this is bothering me. And you change that, and I see a significant effort, you can reel me back in. Like, okay, yeah. But
so what's the significant effort? What do you mean?
Okay, well, it just depends on what's happening.
Shelly, is there something that he could have did or currently do to reel you back in?
I just needed some Yeah, and then plus at the same time, I had different dynamics going on in my life, and I think it just was an overtoll personally with the contribution of everything. Kind of just was an overkill.
So you've also got to step back and look at the role we play in things too, right? And yeah, you want to say maybe I checked out, or you checked out, whatever. We check out and say, oh, you need to fix this, this, and this. But sometimes we oversee things and we let things go. And then later down the road, realize this has always been a problem, but I was willing to compromise with it. And now I'm like,
don't want to compromise. I don't want to do it no more.
We really weren't supposed to be together in the first place. So and I've done that many times. I've kind of and not with your situation, I'm not saying your situation, but there's been times where I've leveled down, right? Where I'm like, oh, I can help this person, or knowing damn well that they were not on my level. And then when I come to grips with things, when it all starts to hit the fan, I'm like, what? Well, bitch, it's because you leveled down. You knew you weren't supposed to be in the first damn place. Bitch, this is your fault, you dumb bitch. This is your dumb bitch fee you're paying right now. So,
yeah. And that's the thing, you have to be accountable. You gotta be honest with yourself.
Shelly, do you do that that thing where you say, hey, you never know, but you do that, like, do you throw salt in the wound and say, I am the best woman you ever had?
No, I mean, because I'm not really I could be petty, but I don't do the tit for tat, because at that time I'm just trying to move forward, and I'm trying to keep my whole energy for the sake of my own sanity to just be right in my own head. So
if you know you're the best woman someone's ever had, do you really need to say it? Just saying. Sometimes silence is golden. Sometimes not saying it is saying so much, because that person knows.
So you just say, what do you say? You Google me, bitch?
I just don't block you. I let you take yourself out, because you don't be crying like that video you keep playing.
Right.
You are technically single now, guys. So everybody that wants a DM, they can. You could send dick pics, or you could just send a conversation. But
or Cash App.
Or Cash App. But my next thing is, do you chill out, or do you start dating somebody? What's your thoughts after, I guess, a post breakup? Is it do you wait a while? What do you do?
I just chill. I mean, they don't rush. I just chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if something arises, something arises.
Hey.
Some girls and guys are like, oh, I got to find the next person. Hurry up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so messy.
They got issues, though. That's somebody who don't like to be by themselves. Yeah. And that one needs therapy, too.
Yeah. My ex-wife always said that I always needed to have somebody. When the time that we were separated to divorce, I was technically never with somebody technically, right? So I was just wondering, because sometimes I think as humans, we need that, hey, we need to be with somebody. But, I think women they're a little more stronger, and they're like, guys need pussy. But girls are like, hey, women are like, hey, you know what? It comes.
Right. Yeah, it's real talk, though. I mean, if it do, it do. If it don't, we still know how to entertain ourselves.
Yeah, there you go. And it does take a couple batteries, or you can plug it in. So we got coming up Wednesday, Spotlight Wednesday. We're going to have Jose Rivera. This is going to be his second time on the show. He recently released a comic book. And he's doing big things with Detroit Forever 313. So we'll talk to him, chop it up on Wednesday. I'm with him on Wednesday. So don't miss it. 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern time. I'm sorry, 8:30 Eastern time. Sorry, 6:30 our time. So that's pretty much all I got. You guys have anything?
Thank y'all
No.
for watching. That's all I say.
Thanks for keeping our numbers up.
Mhm.
Y'all are the shit. We appreciate you very much.
So
Just these next couple of weeks.
you at Shell.
Oh, I am at ShellVon17 on Instagram.
All right. And then you if there's a guy, she might need some showering of money because she is in a breakup situation. What is your cash?
CH Refuge, which is CHREFUGE, is my Cash App.
Yeah, so if you want to send her money, maybe let her go to dinner on you, go ahead.
Yeah, because I love me some maple and ash.
Oh, some puffs.
You don't even need to go with her. Just send her the money so she.
She'll post a picture and tag you.
Hello.
Thanks for the contribute. Tori, where can they find you at?
For the filet mignon. You can follow me, Tori Rochelle, on Facebook, at All Beauty All Beast on Instagram, The Savage Kitty, that's THEE Savage Kitty on Twitter, Tori Smooches on Snapchat, and if you'd like to sprinkle me as well, you can find me on Cash App at Tori Rochelle 1111. Make it rain, y'all.
Yeah. Give her some money for dinner.
Yeah.
So that's all I got. I really don't know about this mask thing. I'm going to still say it. Make sure you guys are always washing your hands and wearing a mask and washing your ass. So let me put this.
Wash that ass.
Peace out, guys. Stay safe. Happy Saturday. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Bye.